Eggy Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. Former VTuber, current human being? God, she's so pretty. Oh my god. It was back in early 2024 when I went to an idol concert in Japan on a whim because of my VTuber Oshi who graduated. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After meeting and talking to 2 English-speaking idols there, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chase this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. To learn more about idol culture, listen and talk to idols around the world, be it from Australia to Japan to here in the US, and to give them a platform to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. Tonight, we continue the Brisbane Idol arc as Doki joins the show. We'll talk about their idol journey and about the scene in general. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ, episode 59. Doki.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta load in for a little bit. Will it load? It loads! Hello, everyone. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago with IDOLEYEZ, episode 59, with our guest for tonight/today. The second guest of the Brisbane Arc, probably the final guest of the Brisbane Arc. It's like 2 people. They are a berry bear angel. They are a terrific dancer, a terrific singer. Possibly. Who knows? This is Doki! Pew, 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 pew. Hello, Doki. How are you on this?
I'm good. I'm very good. It's very cold. It's very cold.
It's very hot here in America, so very much contrasting.
Yeah. It's also very rainy today, which is not the best, but oh well.
Oh, wow.
It's nice. It's calm.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for well, just like Cassie-sama, calling your shot to be on the show. It was very much chance that I checked my message request. I saw your message. And it was like from 2 weeks prior, and I was like, oh wow, people actually want to be on the show. So
I was like, let me in, please, please. Hello.
It really does remind me that I do have to have like a application. I have to put that out someday. I'm still lazy about it, but thank you so much for calling your shot and asking to be on the show. Coincidentally, starting a Brisbane arc with Cassie-sama. So let's start this show off with a question that I always ask everyone that is always on the show, which is who or what got you into idol culture / J-pop culture?
Ooh, I gotta go back. I used to host Japanese students when I was in high school, and so they introduced me to a lot of J-pop, but the main thing that got me into Japanese idol performing was a group called Amuse, and I saw their debut Kimi no Kokoro where like Love Live Sunshine performance when I was like itty bitty tiny baby. I was like early teenager, and I was watching them and I was like, I want to do that. Thank you very much. So yeah, most of my idol like starting off and inspiration came from Amuse, who is a Brisbane based group. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and the short of it.
I see. That's very much I guess it's a little bit uncommon that there was someone, a Kaiga idol, that was also inspired by another Kaiga idol / group to become one. Because like usually it's either Love Live, it's either AKB, it's either like jumping through with some idol groups. But you actually got inspired by Amuse, who I would say, like, judging from what Cassie-sama said and like the baseline knowledge I know about the Brisbane idol scene, like they are very much influential in that area.
They are. They're very big in the Brisbane Idol scene. And I mean, Love Live was a little bit of it, but I didn't really get into Love Live until a little bit after when I joined my first idol group and then I got into Love Live. But it was mainly like Amuse as a group doing a Love Live cosplay performance. Um that made me want to do it because I was like, "Oh, you can perform in cosplay. I like cosplay. I like dancing. I like performing. Let's do this. This is great."
Um, with that being influenced by Amuse, did you start to listen to other like J-pop groups or like anything of that sort?
I did. I started to get into AKB48, but I really only listened to Heavy Rotation, kind of basic. I know. Then I listened to I feel like Heavy Rotation's like a staple for any idol fan, any J-pop fan. It's like that's like the beginning. Then I listened to Koisuru no Fortune Cookie.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got into e-girls and started listening to like Mr. Snowman and songs like that. And then I started listening to the Japanese, like the K-pop groups that did like Japanese songs, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome. I love this. This is great." Um, but definitely the older J-pop groups, AKB, e-girls, like groups like that, definitely cemented my love for the genre.
Got it. I think like yeah, like listening to like J-pop and like idol groups definitely influences like how some people perform and like how like what how they choose their set list some because sometimes they do cover
Mm.
those songs. Have you covered like any AKB before?
I have done both Heavy Rotation and Kusuru no Fortune Cookie. That Fortune Cookie was actually one of my first songs that I covered with a group called Brisbane Idol Project, who are pretty much like AKB48, but like Brisbane based. And it was really cool because I went to the Matsuri event that happened in Brisbane and they said that they were looking for members and I was like, "I'm here. What do I got to do? What do I have to sign? How do I sign up?" And
So
my friend was already in the group, so she was like, "Just go here, go to this link and you could sign up." I was like, "Let me do that now. Let me do that now."
so was that your very first like idol activity that you participated in or was it like anything prior?
I actually cosplayed as Maki Nishikino from Love Live and entered a cosplay competition with a completely handmade cosplay because I could not find the outfit in my size. This was when I was going into like my first ever idol group. And then I did Maki again in Sydney for the Sydney Supernova cosplay contest. Completely casual, nothing too fancy, just like a big sparkly bow on the front of my shirt and too much confidence for my age. And I ended up winning best performance, which was
Ooh.
a little bit shocking because I was like 14, 15 years old and I'm like, "Oh, I did that. I did this. This happened. Yep, okay. This is how I'm going to like slide my way into the idol community in Brisbane."
Gotcha. So when you like joined the Brisbane like idol group, right? Like what did you perform on stage?
Our first one was Fortune Cookie and Heavy Rotation, and that was at a University of Queensland like multicultural event. And then we mainly stick to those two songs, but recently we not recently, not last year, the year before, me and two of the other members performed um I think it was We Love Brisbane, which is Brisbane Idol Project's original song, and Fortune Cookie and Heavy Rotation. Um so we kind of stick to those three songs because it's very hard to get everybody together to like practice and everything because some people are like full adults with children and commitments and then some are like kids, like young kids, which makes it difficult to get everybody together at the same time and like practice.
I see. I think like with Muse Australia in Sydney, they also had like the same problem where some of the members were like kind of like in high school, and like some of the members are like actual adults with kids, and like they had like no time to like
Mm,
prepare or train, so like they kind of like went in hiatus. So it
mm.
happens.
It does. I'm very happily child free, and that's how it shall stay. Because in this economy,
A kid? No.
I don't think so. I can barely afford my own groceries, thanks very much. The price of fruit is ridiculous.
um where with like everyone not being able to have like time to practice, was that when you decided to like go solo for a bit?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm still a part of Brisbane Idol project. And it's more of a like a on and off group. So like, we do whatever we want and then we like go on hiatus for like a year and a half and then we come back for like Brisbane Matsuri, go on hiatus for a year and a half. Um, but I also became a solo idol because I have been in so many groups from like the time I started doing idol stuff to now that I just decided to say screw it. I'm kind of over all of these groups falling through, no one coming up to like practicing, everyone like dropping out at the last minute. I'm just gonna do this on my own because who else can I rely on but myself?
um Usually like in the states, everyone that is like a soloist wants to be in a group, wants like guns for being in a group, but like you're kind of like the polar opposite where like you've been in
Yeah,
groups, you know, you've been in the system, and like you're like, nah,
I'm
let me do
done.
it by myself.
I'm done. Please, I'm done. And it also helps to like um a lot of people in groups uh get very what's the word for it? They have an attitude about being in the spotlight, and then if they're not in the spotlight, they start to get a bit catty, and it's a little bit upsetting because some of the best groups I've had have disbanded because people have gotten catty. And I'm like, bruh, I'm sorry. What did I do to you? I just facials. I just I just use this. I'm very expressive.
Right. Like, that I don't know. Man, groups kind of a pain. It seems.
That's why I went solo. Too much drama.
um I kind of do want to ask, prior to like being Doki, like did you have like any name before that, like when you were in the group, or did you just stick with Doki as is?
So I went by the name that I go by in the cosplay community, so Starla. Um, and that's what I would go by for all of these groups. But then I created Doki as sort of like a persona. So similar to, a Lady Gaga persona or like a Chapel Roan persona where you're very outgoing because I'm naturally very introverted. Like I'm naturally the kind of person who will sit in the corner on their iPad with their headphones on drawing for like 3 hours of an event. Do not talk to me. But on stage, I can switch that off. I can go into what I like to call Doki mode, and I can put on a great show. I can be personable. I don't look like I'm trying to ignore everybody. Um, so yeah, I kind of created Doki to be more outgoing than I am and to give me a way to be outgoing and to connect with the audience. Um, also, I just wanted a little bit of a change and I thought it was kind of cute.
I see. Yeah, I do like the name. It's catchy. So
Mm. Well, Doki means heartbeat in Japanese.
mm,
And what I want to do is make everyone's heartbeat.
right.
So Doki. And then
Gotcha.
chew at the end just means kiss. So I'm like,
Oh yeah, because I saw like in some of the posts that you were tagged in, you were like, you were announced as Dokichu, and then some of which
mm,
were just Doki. So I just went with
yeah,
like the current naming. So
mm.
it's just Doki or just Dokichu, or like
Either,
either
either
or.
one. I don't
Gotcha.
really mind. Yeah, they both work. Doki Chu's kind of like the longer I'm doing my intro kind of thing on stage because it flows. I've got it like in a way that it flows. And then like Doki is usually just used for like promotions or if people don't put the chew at the end, I'm like, mm, it works. It's still cool.
Gotcha. Prior to all of this, usually like some idols beforehand like have taken like dance classes, have been on stage like with plays and in theater. Did you have like the same case of like being on stage prior to this?
I did. I was a dancer from the age of 2.5. I danced for a one sec. We love this. Very long time. But over time, the dance community, especially because I was in ballet, started to get very, very catty. And I realized it kind of links with the idol community because the idol community can be catty, which is really shocking. Um, they just started to get very, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, and that was not what I was looking for. I wanted to be there to dance, to strengthen my bones and strengthen my, ankles, my knees. Um, and eventually I did have to stop dancing because um I got to the point where my ankles were hurting every day. And I ended up with an injury from doing hip hop about a year before I was meant to go on point, and I was like, "Oh, well, this is my cue to stop, maybe."
Well, at least some of that knowledge from dance that from like years prior like got into
Mm,
like your idol the way you perform as an idol. So, um
very much so.
segueing into that, I guess we'll talk about like your solo debut, right? That would have been March of last year, correct?
Mm,
Mm,
the Brisbane Idol Festival, yeah.
okay. Like when did you decide you wanted to like debut as a soloist? Right after that, right? Or like maybe like there was like a
Well,
small window there.
it was a long time before that. It was probably a year before the Brisbane Idol Festival. Um, I'd applied to other events and unfortunately been rejected because that's what happens when you're a soloist. And you're putting in like, I want to debut. They're like, oh, we want, established acts or we want groups that'll bring in lots of people, lots of like viewership. Um, and so I was very lucky that Brisbane Idol Festival gave me the opportunity to perform there um and have my debut because it was great. Even though there wasn't many people, it was a great way to start out. Um it wasn't a very high stage. It was like just a flat flooring with chairs around it, so it made it very stable to jump and like run forward and do all of that stuff without risking like going completely off the stage.
Going back to what you said about like being rejected and like people like some events not wanting debuts, I'd say like currently right now Otakon is happening and like that is one of the
Mm,
major US idol like events right now, and like aside from existing idols having their own shows, they also allow like they have some leeway for people to debut. So like
mm.
I know for a fact that like it's kind of risky to have someone debut on that stage, but like at least the
It's giving
Brisbane
them a
Idol Fest,
chance.
yeah, it's giving you a chance. So like with the Brisbane Idol Fest, they gave you a chance. So that's really good that like they
Mm,
had you had the opportunity to make you debut. So
mm.
mm,
And I'm really, really grateful for it.
yeah. Um, Prior to all of that, how did you like prepare for this solo performance?
Lots of practice, lots of semi-sleepless nights. Um, I am an insomniac anyway, so I would just be in my room doing my little dancey dance, having fun, trying not to wake up my grandmother while dancing. Um, and yeah, just a lot of making sure I know the moves. I can, because I used a fan in one of my dances, so making sure my fan opened and closed smoothly, making sure I wouldn't drop it, making sure all of my songs flowed like well, so I didn't have to take too long of a break, which I highly regret. Um, just like all of the basic stuff, knowing the choreography, knowing the words so that I can, lip sync some of them. All of that stuff, just combining it to try and make a good debut.
I see. Like going through, so like most of the footage, or like I tried to research, was from your Instagram. I think you had like a highlight tab of your debut.
Mm.
So like there's some clips of that. I like one of the songs you performed, like you said, with a fan. I think that it was like Kaguya no Shiro from Love Live. I think, right?
Angelic Angel.
Angelic Angel. Okay, yeah. So
Which is very fitting for me because of the whole angel bear thing. And I also just love Ellie with all of my heart, and I love that song with all of my heart because it's so powerful, but at the same time it's elegant, and I'm
right.
just like, yes. Yes, thank you.
Well,
Yes.
shout out. I mean, like props to like doing like a Muse song. It's very, it's very. I appreciate
I
like what
love Muse
I
so
love Muse.
much.
Yeah, that was like kind of my gateway to like idol stuff prior
Mm.
to all of this. But like, yeah, I do appreciate when people do Muse stuff because it's ancient at this point. So
It is. It's like what, 15 plus years
yeah,
old at this point.
yeah. It,
It
ooh.
makes me feel so old because people are like, "Oh, what's this old idol anime?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh.
it
Why? Hello, it's not that old."
it hurts. It hurts like realizing that it's almost been 15 years since it started.
Mm-hmm.
um Outside of like Angelic Angel, what other songs did you like perform, and how did you decide like what you wanted to put on that set list?
Um, God, I'm trying to remember which ones I did. Angelic Angel, Drop Pop Candy, um, from Vocaloid slash Project Sekai. Um, I think I did Starlight, which is also from Love Live, but it's Nijigasaki. Karen Asaka. Can't remember if I performed Yume no Ippo. I may have. And then I did Just Be Yourself by a J-pop group called Wasuta,
Ooh.
which I'm in love with that song because it's just so uplifting and like powerful, but it's cute as heck and it's just great. But I think they were the songs that I did choose to perform. I feel like I am missing one, but I might not be.
So was
No, I don't think I am.
this was like a 30-minute set, or like with the amount of
This was a
songs like
15-minute
15
set.
minute? Okay, so like that's a
So I
lot of songs for
slammed
15.
five songs into 15 minutes.
Gotcha. Well, gotta make it like as much, make make an impression with that amount of time. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. So I did the short version of some of them so I wouldn't like absolutely die. And then I did like the longer version of others. So like for Just Be Yourself and uh like Starlight and Angelic Angel, I also cut that song down quite a bit. And now it's just become my like staple for how I do it. Like I cut out the entire first part minus the intro, and then I went straight into the second verse, which made it a lot easier to fit in. And then Drop Pop Candy, I did the shorter version, just to make sure I had enough time, but also a variety. Um, just because I'm somebody who doesn't like to do a very like plain same vibe kind of performance. Like sometimes in my performances, I'll throw in some K-pop, I'll throw in something else over here. I may do a little bit of rock while looking like the cutest little thing in the world. It all depends on the mood and the like event I'm at and like what people want to see. Um, but I definitely have songs that have become like, these are your staple songs. These are the songs you shall do like all the time.
yeah, like if you do know that song, you might as well just put it into your set
Mm,
list since you like know the motion, know the choreo. So,
yeah.
speaking of choreo, like most of these performances that you did in this set list were mostly just dance, or did you have vocals or?
They were mostly dance because at the moment I'm not too confident in my vocals. I am planning on releasing some vocal covers soon, but that I used to be in musical theater, but I stopped that. So of course, I need to retrain all of the stuff that I had lost when I stopped doing musical theater and stuff like that. Getting sick consistently this winter also did not help anything because I was coughing like a mad woman. Um, and yeah, I have had Hikaru Nara from Your Lie in April in my uh like in my to be recorded since April because I was gonna release it in April as like Your Lie in April. April is there. But I did end up getting sick.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, I guess we're not doing this. So now I'm just trying to figure out another point in time to do a vocal cover and not have it sound like garbage. Because when you record them with the like with your camera and then just like a microphone and you record it like you would be singing live, it ends up really ruining the quality and it just doesn't sound very good. And so, I need to figure out that, or I need to figure out if I'm going to pre-record it or what I'm going to do.
Gotcha. Going back to like not being very confident in your vocals, like I know, like a guest I had on the show prior to this, Mechamomo, was very much just an odorite or like a dance coverist, and then when they were in their idol group, they mostly did like choreo and dance covers. Later on, they started to be a little bit more comfortable with their vocals and started to do like live vocals. So no shame in that. Like if you do want to like take your time to like improve your vocals, that's cool. That's fine by me,
I also need to improve my stamina because I get very out of breath when I'm dancing because I'm the kind of person that puts 100% into every move, and that's not very good. I need to learn when to rein it back, which I'm still trying to learn. But I do get very out of breath, which is a little bit not good when you're trying to sing because you're like da da da.
Like with the Kaiga idol scene, there's like no performance that is like picture perfect or like perfect 100%. So like every single performance you're like improving, I would say. Like with everyone else has that like type of like mentality as well. So
like a perfectionism kind of mentality.
Right. Yeah. After stepping off stage, after stepping off stage, how did you feel about the crowd reception of your performance?
Of my debut?
Yeah.
I don't know, because like the ending part of it was a literal like just a blur because halfway through the set I got a stitch and it was so bad I thought I wasn't going to be able to finish, but I finished. But then I went into the back and I just laid flat on the ground and I was like try to like breathe and like fix my stitch and not like stretch it out. Even though I stretched before performing, I still managed to somehow get a stitch. I don't know how. Probably going way too hard with the dances, but yeah, I think it was pretty good. There were pen lights. I remember the pen lights, but that's pretty much it. I don't remember anything else from that day.
I think like most idols are like that, where like it is a blur. They just perform. They're like slightly worried about their performance. They perform and they don't remember like how it went or like how the
half of it. Yeah,
yeah. So it happens.
It happens.
Going through that, I might as well just go into like a brief section about the Brisbane idol scene, because like I did talk about it and asked questions with Cassie-sama. I do want to get your perspective on it. So, actually do. But way before that, since your debut, how many performances have you done?
Ooh. Uh, 1 second, I have a Google document for this. I had to create like a whole Google document so I could like show like events, other like other things that I've participated in, other things that I've done. Where are you? There it is. Um, so just as a soloist, two, three, four, uh, one, two, three, and then four, five, six, seven, eight, eight. So eight on my own as a soloist, and then with groups that'd be eight, nine, uh, like with like collaborations and stuff like that. 10, 11, 12, yeah, about 12,
12. So
like all up,
on
or
average,
eight as like a soloist.
gotcha. On average, like one a month, basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because like I've only been debuted for a year and I've already done all these events, but like I still feel like I haven't done a lot. Because usually all of my events are smashed into like one part of the year. So I'm like trying to get stuff done. And a lot of them are online events. Um, so I'm trying to get like videos done for them. Um, while also trying to figure out where to record, how to record, what time to record. Which is a little bit difficult, but they're very good for people who are just starting out in the idol community if they want to make their debut, but they don't feel confident enough doing it on a stage. You can set up like a tripod or do what I do and stack up a ton of books. And you can film yourself, you send it to the people organizing it, and they put it in like a big Twitch stream or YouTube stream for everyone else to watch.
I see. Yeah, like I'd say the online showcases are definitely good, especially like if you don't have like any like idol showcases like physically in your
Mm,
area, you might as well just send a video in
yeah.
for like for an online showcase. So it helps a
Mm.
lot.
They're also a lot less stressful because usually you get like, 2, 3 months notice as opposed to conventions that give you like a month's notice, which is like, you're not giving me a lot of time.
um yeah. So going into the Brisbane idol scene, so might as well get your perspective on it. In your opinion, what is the scene like?
The scene is very much idols supporting idols. So all of the events, it will be mainly the idols that are going to support the other idols. And it's very small compared to, the Sydney scene or the Perth scene. Um, you know, uh like bigger ones like that, even Melbourne. But we're very tight. We're a very tiny but mighty community, and it's great because you will be performing on stage and all of a sudden out of nowhere you'll just hear people chanting and you're like, oh wait, whoa, whoa, hang on, where'd that come from? Oh, hi, let me keep dancing because that's good. I like that. Keep going louder. um but yeah, it's really good. If I can indoctrinate some more people, uh that'd be great. If you are in Brisbane and you are watching this, please join the community.
Like yeah, like with Sydney, it is fan supporting idols. With Melbourne, they're starting to learn, so it's slightly more fan supporting idols. So like it is,
Mm,
I'd say from your perspective and also from Cassie's perspective, it is very different. So but
mm.
it'll get to that point where it's gonna be like fan supporting idols and not
Yeah.
all idols supporting the idols, so it'll take time.
Mm. A
um
lot of time.
a lot of time. uh I do want to ask, like, what type of shows are run in that area? Because, like, with Cassie Sama, she talked about like the Kaigai idol battles and like the Matsuris and like the festivals. Is
Mm.
there like any other events that like you've participated in or like are in your area that had like idols?
So there is Idolscope, which is an idol Taiban, hosted by three individuals who are also idols, for idols to perform. It's great. There are also events being held for like birthdays. I know that my friend Nash is hosting a birthday live on the 8th of October, I believe. I think from memory. Um and then there's the Matsuris, there's the Kaigai Idol battles. Um but they're a little bit harder to get into. Um they're pretty much the standard ones unless somebody decides to like host a random event like a week before it and say, "Hey, if you want to come, I'm dancing here. Let's go."
Ooh, good question from our viewer, our favorite viewer, Sealine87, MVP of the chat. Have you seen your audience grow in your short but intense activity since debut?
I have. I actually have, which is shocking. I started out with very few fans, all due to like miscommunications that had happened when I was younger. I was a teenager. I was very, very stupid. Um, we're all young, dumb at some point. But over time, I've become friends with them again, and I've seen like at least my fan base grow quite a bit, and it always shocks me when I see those people in the crowd because I'm like, oh, you're here to watch me? You're here to support me? Cool. Okay. Are you sure about that? It's always like imposter syndrome in a way because I'm like, oh, that's thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to thank you, but thank you.
I do get that feeling, like, it, yeah.
It's
So
weird.
it is weird.
It's so weird. 'Cause you're like, oh, that's a crowd. I thought there was gonna be like two people here. Hello? That's people. Humans.
But it's good that like you're able to mend fences and like put water under the bridge for stuff that happened like way back in
Yeah.
the past. So like at least your
I'm
fans
too
know.
old for any of this. Come on, people. I'm like 22, almost 23 now, my guys. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I just want to get on stage in my pretty outfits with my cute little songs and have the time of my life.
Going back to the idol scene, I do want to ask like what exactly is the Kai Guy idol battle? Because like when Cassie described it, it sounded like a reality show, and I was like, huh. So
Um, it's pretty much a heap of idols performing and competing to come out on top. So it's like America's Got Talent for idols. Um, but like nobody gets eliminated. They just so in the last one they picked the top four. And in the one that I participated in before that, they picked the top three. And then I think in the one today that I'm going to be going to after this,
ooh,
they're picking the top four again. Um, it's pretty much a bunch of idols dance around on stage to try and win prizes. That is essentially what it is.
I see. Is there? I would assume there's like more pressure to to like really perform your butt off like on those type of
Yeah.
shows compared to like a typical matsuri or festival like set,
Mm.
right?
There really is because you're being judged and you want to do well. You want to be judged well. You want to get off that stage and be like, I did everything I could. I tore the stage up. I rocked it. Whatever happens, happens. But you want to exit the stage after the battle feeling good about it.
Right.
and like knowing that you like did good in the judges' eyes, and a way to know like any feedback or anything is I actually contacted the judges of the previous Kaigai Idol battle, which was AMUs. So that was a
That
whole
is
thing, performing for the people who got me into Idol. I was like, oh,
full
this is
circle.
going to be good. Literally full circle. I was like, oh my God. Ah! Um, but yeah, I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any feedback for me? I'd love to improve." And they sent me like really great feedback and I was like, "Yep, Slade, this is great." And the main thing was they want to see a vocal performance. I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Sure."
I was very much wondering that also. Uh to be very honest, because I was, looking through the performances, mostly dance covers, which is still good. But like if you do want to take
Yeah.
your time, like with vocals, that is totally
I'm
fine.
definitely gonna wait until I'm a little bit better and my asthma isn't like rear-ending me in the chest consistently. Um, but I do have a couple of covers planned and I have a couple of vocal performances planned. Um, hopefully soon in the next couple of months, if I don't chicken out.
Well, hopefully
I
you don't.
probably won't chicken out.
Hopefully you don't. um,
Ah,
you did say like Amy's judged the last Kaiga Idol battle. Was there like any other memorable judges that like were there for previous events?
so the ones for the previous Idol battle were Sapro, which is a Brisbane Idol duo, and then T, who is a soloist, but she was previously a part of
With
the
Melpara, right?
very well-known group Melody
Yeah.
Flurry. Yeah, which I may or may not have become their biggest fan during their time because I have all of their merch. Like, they were telling me that they were going to cut me off. I was
What?
just like, yes, please. Yes, please. I have adult money. Thank you. Um, but yeah, so they were the judges of the previous Kaiga Idol battle, um, in 2020. What are we now? Five? Four?
25.
Five. Yeah, so they were the judges in 2024, and then Amy's were the judges in 2025. Um, yeah, I didn't get much feedback from T or Sapro because I forgot to ask, and I was
Oh,
like, "Oh wait, it's been like a week, and I don't think they'll actually remember anything. We'll just keep going. We'll just leave it and try again next time."
gotcha. Um, with these events, do you think these type of events help the community? Because like, I would say if the other scenes get the idea of having this competition, maybe it'll help. But like, in your eyes,
Mm.
does it help that the Brisbane scene in general?
I feel like it does because especially the Kaigai Idol battle that was being like that I entered, it was held at Mount Gravatt showgrounds. So even people who weren't familiar with idol culture or who didn't know what was going on was still kind of like indoctrinated into the cause, and still got like a taste of what it was, and they were able to go and get merch from some of the idols that performed. They were able to come up and be like, "Hey, what the heck did you guys just do? What did I just see? What did I just hear?" And we'd be able to explain it to them. We'd be able to like, give them our Instagram, everything like that. Um, it definitely does help. It also gives people who may not have a chance to perform a chance to perform, even though it's quite stressful. Um, because you do have to be like on consistently because even though you're performing, it's a competition and you want to win. Um, but it does help quite a bit.
In your eyes, what do you think the scene needs to like boost up, the crowds like during shows, or like more performers,
More friends.
more friends?
More friends, please. We're not that scary. We're just insane. Um, but no, in all seriousness, I feel like the scene does need more people that aren't idols supporting the idols and like cheering, screaming, having fun, like with us while we perform. Um, just we need a bigger community. We need to bring the community out, add more people.
Mm. And, slowly over time, it'll be like the Sydney scene where, it'll have that like,
Where they're crazy.
yeah, they're crazy. They have the pit and whatnot.
I've been in the pit before.
Oh, you
It's
have?
scary. Yeah, I go down for Smash. I've been down for the past 3 years. First year I didn't go to an idol event. The second year I did go to an idol event and I was terrified.
Really?
Because there were these guys that were like taller than me jumping around and like lifting each other up and I'm just here in the back like, hey Santa, hey Santa. Ah. I was so scared because like I didn't know what was going on because it's very different from the Brisbane scene. The Brisbane scene is not that insane. We're a little bit more don't do anything that will get you hurt. Whereas
Right.
in Sydney they're like, ah yes, shoulders.
Lifts.
Literally. The dudes will literally lift other dudes onto their shoulders. And I'm like, someone's gonna break a shoulder. Someone's gonna crack a rib.
Well, yeah,
Scary.
it's a little risky, but it is fun. So
Yeah.
maybe the Brisbane scene can have that. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe. Can we be trusted?
um, Speaking with the scene, who do you think are like some standout talents that like really like, captures the essence of the Brisbane idol scene?
Emus, definitely.
Yeah.
They're like a standard in the Brisbane idol scene. They're I call them the fable of Brisbane. They're that kind of group. But I think Snack Time Idols as well. They're a trio group. Two of the members actually run the Idol Scope events. I think they're also very much a big part of the scene. I just realized we don't have many soloists in this scene in Brisbane. Constellation is quite a large group, but they're known for doing more underground kind of J-pop songs, some K-pop, but they're always really in sync, and they also do their own choreography to some of the songs, which is always really impressive. As for soloists, Cassie and Chai are both very very good in the Brisbane community, in my opinion. I could go on literally all day about how much I love the idols in the Brisbane scene. I kid you not. I could write like an essay about how much I love each idol. It is ridiculous, but like it's what makes the idol scene good in Brisbane. We're all very much like, oh, you're performing? Let me bring my pen lights out and come and support you.
Right. It's very tightly knit. Very, very like,
Very.
So.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Going into, I guess we'll go into like the final section of the interview. Future / retrospect. After more than a year, it's been like a year and 5 months.
A year and a bit, yeah.
Year and some change.
Almost a year and a half. Dang.
How do you feel about your idol career as of right now?
I think it's going pretty good, honestly. With all things considered, I think it's going pretty good. I'm getting some great opportunities to perform. I'm, working on some things on the side. I'm working on some merch. Yeah, I think it's going good. I think it's going very good. It could be better. I could be a little bit more active on my social medias and a little bit more proactive in working on all of my side hustles, but it's slowly cruising.
Gotcha. You know, it's only been a year, so
Only
go.
a year.
You know, only ways up. So,
Mm-hmm.
is there any bucket list things that you want to achieve this year, or like in general throughout your idol activities?
I really want to create an original song. I think
Mm,
that's kind of standard for a lot of idols. I really want I've already written the lyrics and everything, but I really want to get the music done. Unfortunately, funds are very non-existent for any of that. It's so expensive, and I have no musical talent whatsoever when it comes to making like actual backing track songs. Um, I also want to eventually get like a merch site set up, like a Square site, for my merchandise and stuff like that. I think one of my biggest goals, performance wise, is to perform in Sydney. So either at Smash or at one of the events that are held around the time of Smash. Um, just because I've seen the turnout for those performances and I feel like it would be great to perform down there for the Sydney community. Just as like a new experience. It just seems like it would be really fun. All of the girls and guys that perform, they all have a great time when they perform on the stages, and I kind of want to do that too, eventually.
eventually,
Eventually.
it'll happen for sure. Um,
Fingers and toes.
I'd say like going into like different, though, like you said, like Brisbane is very different compared to Sydney, and like going into the Sydney scene and like seeing how things are, like it's good to like experience like that type of culture. So,
Mm.
mm.
They
uh,
just seem to have so much fun with their like lives and their performances and everything like that.
yeah. They're in a, Sydney's kind of in a rebuilding phase with like everyone kind of disbanding, but hopefully
Yeah,
everything's on the up. Hopefully after that.
everything's going up.
um, is there any like songs that you wanna perform in the future?
Okay, I've been obsessed with the K-pop group Dreamcatcher. I
Ooh,
love them so much, so much. I have spent too much on their merch. I went to see them in concert. I love them with my soul. And they have a song, it's Japanese, and it's called Endless Night. And it's like a rock kind of J-pop song. It's like baby metal, but like older.
right.
It's great. And I really want to perform it, but I'm struggling to figure out if I want to perform it vocally or as a dance because attempting to do both at the same time would probably end my existence because the dance is very high energy. Like it is crazy high energy. And then they've got the live vocals with it. And I'm like, oh girls, please. just slow down a second. That is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Definitely I want to perform more Dreamcatcher songs, both in the K-pop and the J-pop, just because I love their songs so much. Um, I don't know if there are any other songs. I've kind of done all of my top tier favorite songs. Um, of course, there are like, the few Love Live songs that I want to like turn into solo songs, like Wonderful Rush, Aishiteru Banzai. I want to do that as a vocal one. That song is very near and dear to my heart because that was the first one I ever performed on stage as Maki. And I was like, oh, yes, this song holds so many memories. I will cry performing this, but I will look fabulous doing it. Um, yeah, there are a lot of songs that I really want to perform. Um, Baby Metal, Gimme Chocolate. I really want to perform Gimme Chocolate. Just because it's so much fun, but it's so exhausting.
I see. Going back to like Dreamcatcher, I would say like I would suggest doing just choreo because like
Mm,
the Dreamcatcher choreo, like I kind of know them circa like 2017, so a little bit of a like a perspective of that, but like I'd say their
mm,
choreo is a little bit more impressive compared to like their vocals. So I would say just focus on choreo if you do want to like perform it.
mm. I do like singing their songs. Like their song Deja Vu. I call it my birthday song because the whole album was released on my like exact birthday. And I want to perform that song eventually, but it's very technical. Um, like when it comes to the dance movements, but then vocally it's also very intense. So it's one that has to be put on the back burner. But I've performed songs like Because, which was in their summer holiday album, which you actually used one of the video,
Yeah, I
like
did.
part of the video of Because in the intro thingy. That was for the Halloween live that I like online live that I joined. I thought it was absolutely perfect because it was so creepy and cool and dark, but it kind of had this like still like cutesy kind of elegance to it, just in like the lyrics and the dance and how flowy it was. um I definitely have plans to do some of their more recent songs like Bon Voyage and OOTD, just because they are great songs and they're pretty good, but I have to be careful because OOTD has like a part of a like it sounds like a swear word.
Oh.
It's not, and it's like not saying the whole thing, but it's like, oh, I can't do this on any stage that's meant to be family friendly.
Right.
It also says shut up in the lyrics, and I'm like, I don't know how family friendly that is.
I'd say
God
like
dang it, girls. Why you do this to me?
at least it's not a like a a swear. It's an aggressive like saying, but like it's not a swear.
Oh no, but they have cussed in their songs before, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. Because one that I was like planning on doing, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I could do. I can't do this. Never mind. No, I can't. Let's not.
um you did say you wanted to like improve on vocals. Is there anything else that you want to like improve on as well?
Definitely my stamina. I want to get that back to where it was when I was dancing as a child. I want to get that back to like the the best it can be so I'm not as exhausted when I perform and so that I can put, 100% into it without like completely like dying midway. And then being exhausted for the rest of the performance because I feel like it shows on my face and I don't like that it shows on my face because I'm very much I'm not too good at dancing. My lines aren't very clean. Just look up here, please, because I'm giving you everything you want up here. Forget about the dancing. Look at my face. But when I'm exhausted, it shows, and I don't like that because in my perfectionist mind, it diminishes the quality of my performance, even though I know it doesn't. In my mind it does, and that comes with growing up as a dancer. Unfortunately, a lot of dancers are like this if they're in the idol community.
I gotcha. Well, it takes time.
Hmm.
Especially with stamina. Like it'll take it'll slowly build up.
A long time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um do you have like a performance that you would consider your favorite that you've done?
Hmm. I think my solo performance at Oz Comic Con, Brisbane Oz Comic Con last year was my favorite because it was actually close to my birthday. Um, and so it just felt great getting on stage. But I also performed on the Saturday with a now unfortunately disbanded idol group in cosplay as Reze from Chainsaw Man. But we did Dreamland Dreamworld from Love Live, the Azuna subunit. And so that was kind of funny seeing like a bunch of like bad devil hunters and devils doing like this cutesy little dreaming song. Um, that was definitely probably my favorite performance that I've done up until now, just because it was so close to my birthday and the crowd was great. I had like my friends there. Yeah, definitely the Sunday of Oz Comic Con.
is there footage of that performance or no?
You used a little bit of that
Oh,
footage
I did. Okay.
in my yeah, in the intro, but the entire live stream is actually on my Instagram
Oh,
in the little reels section. Yeah.
gotcha. Well, I will check that later
It's
because I
just
do.
a horrible angle. It's an absolutely horrendous angle. I included What Is Love by Twice because I love Twice with all of my heart. They were one of my first K-pop groups and I love them so much. And then I did, my typical angelic angel. I need to find that fan again. I did uh Cotton Candy AAO, I think. And then I did Tokimeki Runners from Love Live. It was very, very Love Live.
This is very off topic for Idolize, but like, who's your Twice bias?
Okay, so I am a Momo lover. I love Momo with my entire heart. However, Jonghyun and Tsui are a very close second and third. Because, oh my gosh, Jonghyun during Lollapalooza,
Oh yeah.
ma'am didn't need to look that good, but she did, and I love the stylist for it. With the long hair, but also Jihyo's been growing on me
Oh
a
my
lot.
god, yeah.
Just
Like
with her
during
vocals.
during that performance too. Oh my god, yeah.
With takedown, she looked like she was about to take down the entire stadium, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. I see you now.
Yeah.
I do want to perform Touch by Cat's Eye because it's just such a cute song. I don't think I could perform any of their other songs,
Right. You
unfortunately.
want to do
But
gnarly?
I mean, I do want to do Gnarly. I think I actually have a group to do a cover of Gnarly. Somehow we managed to get like a group minus one person. Um, but I love how confident their songs are and how like diverse their songs are. I do also want to do Gabriella because that's such a fabulous song. A little bit might be a little bit too much for a lot of the conventions, but I can probably do a dance cover at some point
Neat.
or a vocal cover.
Yeah, slight off
Bring back
topic.
those Espanol lessons.
But I did like whenever like someone brings up like K-pop, I'm like, oh, that's my old like interest. Might as well talk about
I'm here. Hello.
it. Yeah,
That's me whenever someone's like, "Oh yeah, I like rock metal, but I really like K-pop too." I'm like, "Can I introduce you to Dreamcatcher? Have you heard of Our Ladies? If you have not, let me bring you through the lore."
yeah, good small talk about K-pop. I do miss that.
Yay!
um,
K-pop.
is there like you do consider a muse? I'd say like the people that got you into like the idol scene, but like, is there is there anyone in the Kai Guy idol like community that you really look up to outside of a muse?
Oh. Fable. I really look up to Fable. I love them with my soul. They are amazing. I followed Sunny since back in their like Muse AU days. Um and when I saw that they were making Fable, I was like, "Oh, let me just immediately follow you." Like let me just immediately follow that. Um Melody Parade was definitely a big inspiration for me in the idol community and like actually stepping foot on stage. Um and before Melody Parade it was Aquaria, which was a Love Live cover group with pretty much four of the members of Melody Parade. They were also very much a part of me loving like being an idol. And I still very much look up to them, even though both groups are no longer active. May they forever rest in peace. I don't know if there are any others I really look up to. Of course, I look up to all of my friends. Static Remix, which is a Brisbane Idol duo, Implosion, a Brisbane Idol trio, Cassie, Chai, just everybody in the Brisbane Idol community. I look up to them because each of them are so unique and amazing, and I love them. And as I said, I can go on and on about this.
I mean, if you want, IDOLEYEZ is for the yappers. So if you do want to
I
name
will
people,
yap. I will yap about. I will like literally promote these guys. I'll be like, go follow these guys. Go follow these guys. Go follow these guys. Go follow these guys. Go follow these guys.
who knows? Maybe, yeah, like Cassie did name a lot of people that do want to have on IDOLEYEZ someday. So, yeah, who knows?
Just do a whole Brisbane segment.
Yeah.
Keep going, please. If I did, we'd be here for ages.
I mean, if you want to, maybe like name like 2 other people. That's fine.
I've already named Snack Time. My name is blanking on all names. Chaos Squared. I have actually performed with one of the members quite a few times. I love all 3 members with my entire heart. They're great. They've got a very unique concept and like theme, and it's so cool. And then I would probably have to say Sapro, just because of how energetic they are and how like crazy their costumes are. Like they've got one that's like a full hoop skirt and like it's glitterily.
Literally. You know.
Well, this is where the brain cell has left my brain. Hello. Glittery and sparkly, and they have bells, and when they jump, you can hear the bells jingling, and it makes me very happy about that because, like, just like when they jump and the jingles go bing bing bing, I'm like, yes, this is fabulous. This is great.
Since you've been like in the scene as a soloist in 2024, previously as in a group, do you have like any general advice for idols that are just starting up or just like in the middle of their idol journey? Like anything that you want to tell them?
Throw caution to the wind and apply for that performance spot, because you never know, my friends. Say screw it, chuck it in the bucket, and send in that application, because you may end up debuting. That's what I did. Also, if you are in a group and you are not happy in that group, please do not stay and attempt to keep that group together. It's not gonna work. Take it from somebody who's been in over 5 groups in their idol life. It's never gonna work. Just go solo if you can. And if you can't, find a couple of like-minded people and create like a duo or a trio or something like that, in order to not be alone on stage, but also not have that like stress of having, 9 members in a group and then the fighting and the arguing and the yada yada yada.
Yeah, like I do get it. Like group mentality, when you're not in a group that like really like each other, it happens.
Yeah. If it's not a group like Amy's, please do not join it. It won't work out.
Here's a question that I do ask like everyone. If you could go back in time, what would the current you tell the Doki that was about to debut?
Chill out. Please. You don't need to jam every high energy song into one set list. You will pass out at the end. You will be exhausted. You will forget like everything that you're doing and be on autopilot. Pick a few songs that you like, learn them well, and put on a show. Do not slam 5 of them into one set list, please. We cannot do this again. Although I'm probably going to do it again. That advice will not be taken. But for real, just calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Chill. It is your debut. I know you want to put on a show, but you don't need to like put on the entire show.
Like I do get trying to make a first impression with the amount of time that you have. So, past you definitely had the decision to do that.
Past me was like, I like this song, this song, this song, this song, this song. Bonk. There's my audio. Let's do this. Future me is shaking head in disappointment.
You did talk about the Kai Idol battle that is happening literally in a few hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have
And after this, I'm gonna be heading there.
do you have any other upcoming performances like in the next month or two?
So, can I announce this?
Idolize exclusive if you want to.
Idolize exclusive, yes. So September 6th, I am actually going to be performing as a soloist at Brisbane Matsuri, which is going to be a first for me because last year I performed with two different groups, and then the year before I performed with a group. So this year it's just going to be me on the stage, as a soloist, and I'm extremely excited for that. I'm hoping to have a couple more, um, in-person performances coming up. I do have a couple of online ones. So there's Luminary Idol Network, who's hosting a Idol weekend. And I have also applied for DigiStage and the Multiverse Idol Showcase, to try and get some more content out and, continue performing. But Matsuri in person is my next live performance, and then also hopefully Brisbane OzCon, because I sent in my application and I'm waiting to hear back. They're probably the ones that I have for the rest of the year. If something else gets thrown in, so be it.
Well, if you are in the Brisbane area, try to support Doki. Or
I will try and live stream it or film it or something. I don't know.
yeah, if you haven't followed Doki yet, there's a link to their Instagram.
Yee.
And well, this is not the end of the Idolize episode, since we have a segment called the worst pep talk ever, which people like but I hate and people want, but I want to get rid of this segment, but it happens where for 1 minute
People are like, no.
where for 1 minute I give you, the guest Doki, a pep talk. All right, 1 minute start. Doki, from what I've seen on your Instagram, you are a terrific dancer, and I want you to keep going with that. Whenever you feel like, whenever you're comfortable with vocals, doing vocal covers, take your time. But I do want to hear you perform with a vocal performance someday. It'll take time, someday. But you are a terrific dancer. You're a terrific performer from what I've seen from your Instagram. I just do want to see more content of you. So, keep going. It's only been a year. The only way is up, as I always say. So you just got to keep going. And yeah, as you said, apply to everything, every single performance that you can. And sometimes you do stick it and you get that performance. So every performance counts. So keep doing what you got to do. And hopefully you'll perform in Sydney someday. So yeah, maybe you'll perform alongside Sunny. Who knows? It's been a minute.
I will freak out if I do. Be like, oh my gosh.
But yeah, you keep on going. It's only been a year, so.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doki, for calling your shot and DMing me.
Yay.
It was very much.
Hey, I'd like to be a part of the episode. 2 weeks later. Oh, I'm sorry.
Very much lucky that I checked my message request. I was like, who is it? Oh, wow. There's an idol that I really want to be on IDOLEYEZ. So, okay. So, Brisbane Idol Arc basically happened because of you. And also because Cassie also called their shot. So,
Cassie and I over here reaching out,
promoting the Brisbane's idol scene. And, because of this episode, I've gotten to know more of you and more about potential guests that I could get on for, another Brisbane Idol arc. So thank you so much for being on the show. Keep doing what you gotta do. And oh wow, yeah, we have one episode announcement for next week. We're heading back to the States, my god, with our next guest, episode 60. IDOLEYEZ has been running for 60 episodes. That's crazy. But
Which way do I go?
that way, yeah.
I don't know which way to go. This way?
Yeah. Episode 60. We are getting Pawn Ranger back. Pawn Ranger appeared last year. Exactly at the same time, August 2024. But now they are back because they released their newest EP literally today and performing at Otakon with that set list. So next week, Saturday, August 16th, which is Sunday, August 17th in Australia. So if you want to catch that, yeah, please do. Pawn Ranger is cool. So yeah. Once again, follow Doki on their Instagram. The VOD will be up tomorrow on YouTube. I will announce that, tweet that out, IG story it. Doki will probably have an announcement about it. But once again, thank you so much for being on the show. And
thank you for having me very much. Thank you for accepting me shooting my shot.
And that has been it for this episode of IDOLEYEZ. Thank you for everyone that tuned in and are gonna tune in for the VOD. So take care. Thank you. Take care. Brush hair. Be kind. Rewind. And we will be going to the ending screen if I can find it. Where's my ending screen? Oh, there it is. Okay.